if you're buying any cards from TCG Player, please use the link in the description to help support my content. This video is sponsored by Botan Store, TCG Player, Pokemon Card.io, and Card Market. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here at Tailman. Today we have Single Strike, which has been doing really well recently, and it makes sense. Umbreon VMAX, a pretty powerful card overall, and with Mew VMAX being very popular and Dragapult VMAX used to be very popular as well, it makes sense that Umbreon VMAX would be doing quite well. With a Dark Signal ability, nothing is safe on your opponent's bench. You get to bring them up just like a boss's orders, however with an ability, so that means you get to play a supporter as well. And the Max Darkness attack, it's nothing to write home about. 3 energies for 160 damage is okay for a VMAX. Lower than average, I would say. But the Single Strike energies do increase your damage by 20 for each one you have attached, and that's the only way we can power up Umbreon VMAX pretty much. So we're going to be increasing our damage to 180 or 200, or ideally 220, which is enough to hunt down other regular V Pokemon. And of course, we also have the regular Umbreon V, a pretty good attacker with the Moonlight Blade attack, doing 80 damage plus 80 more damage if there's any damage counters on this Pokemon, which most of the time there will be, as the Houndoom, the Single Strike Houndoom, has a Single Strike Roar ability, lets you search for a Single Strike energy in your deck, and wherever you attach it, you get to put 2 damage counters onto that Pokemon, so there's synergy between Umbreon and Houndoom, and you get to accelerate energy, which is fantastic. Now on top of that, we have the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX as well, only a single copy, but the attack G Max 1 blow is really powerful, does 270 damage, you discard all the energies, but once again with the Single Strike energies, you increase that damage and you can one-hit KO pretty much every single VMAX out there with 3 of those energies attached. And against evolutions, which are very popular, you actually only need 2 of those, but since you need 3 fighting energy, you'll probably just end up having 3, unless you ended up finding your 1 copy of the single of the basic fighting energy. You also have the beatdown attack, which is decent to pick off smaller stuff like Crobats or Sobbles early on, but we also have the Single Strike Urshifu B, which has the impact blow attack, which is also a very nice option to deal with early Pokemon Vs and to set up 2-hit KOs on Pokemon VMAXs. We have doing 180 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Impact Blow, but most of the time you're going down anyways, and it's nice to have fighting and dark typing in the same deck. Which, in this case, we have 2 Crobat Vs for support, and then we have a lot of consistency with 4 Research for Marnie, only 2 bosses, as we do also have Umbreon VMAX's ability to help us with that. We have 4 Instances and 4 Quake Balls, 2 Great Balls to help us find the Pokemon that we need. We have 4 Capture Energy to help with the early game, and we have Herballoons to help us with retreating, along with our beautiful Single Strike energy, as I mentioned, does provide fighting and dark energy, so perfect synergy for both Umbreon and Urshifu, and you get to do 20 bonus damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So nothing added from the new set, literally 0 cards added from the new set to this deck, but the metagame has definitely shaped up in the past week to make Single Strike a very powerful deck. Let's jump into some games. Alright, Tails never fails, right? Well, it does in this case, but Tails never fails, that's the saying. We were trying to go first. That's not what happens. We'll end up going second and starting Crobat. So already, and we have 3 supporters and 2 stadiums in our hand. So already I can tell you we are not in for a good time with this current situation that we are in. My opponent does start an Oranguru, which could indicate we're up against Sylveon, right? That would be my initial prediction. Or it could be Sage and Zamazenta. That's actually a very good matchup for this deck. Well, actually, it's not that good anymore. But somehow it's Malamar VMAX. Somehow it is Malamar VMAX. So now that I know that, I'm actually going to choose to Marnie, because Malamar VMAX is a much lower deck. And also, it doesn't threaten any sort of 1-hit KOs. And also, it does attack my hand, so the more outs I have to potentially good cards, the better, right? So a lot of things that factor into this decision. Unfortunately, my draw is just not quite good, so I'm gonna start with the Tower of Darkness. And okay, now this is a little better. I'm still dead drawing, right? I'm still in a not very good spot, but at least I get to do something. I might need to get rid of the urn next turn with my stadium if that sticks. Best case scenario would be my opponent using Marnie themselves. But instead, our stadium gets countered for a Galar Mine. And to say we're in trouble would be the understatement of the year. Aggress energy gets attached, so like I actually have no clue what I'm up against. Marnie? Yes, okay. I appreciate that, Marnie. I did also shuffle my deck, so the Marnie and Research I had put at the bottom are no longer at the bottom, or no longer guaranteed to be at the bottom. They could still be, right? As we see with my beautiful draws as usual, but there was slightly higher chance of drawing them now than I had before I played the Capture Energy. Okay. So we see the drag off onto my Houndour. That's not very nice. I'm in top deck mode anyways. So I honestly think I just like search for the VMAX, and well, I would have searched for the VMAX if it was in there, but it's actually not. Okay, so here's the thing. Everything gets trapped, or nothing gets trapped now except the Crobat. So I'm thinking just going the offensive with Houndoom. No, that would be bad. Would it? Yeah, that would be bad. Would it? Oh my gosh. And I priced to single strike energies. Are you kidding me, man? The awful start. The Marnie into the self dead draw, into the Marnie, into the next dead draw, into plus the 2 single prize energies. Single strike energies priced. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. What joys. Okay, well, I actually appreciate that. Although my prediction is now they're gonna evolve into Modern VMAX, attach the energy, and they just get rid of my research, and that's that. Okay, they failed the Great Ball, so I might be safe. I'm gonna assume they're gonna knock me out, right? That's what one would assume. Okay, I got to keep my research. Nice. So I'll get to KO the Malamar. And I need to establish another Houndoom. Okay, so let's play that. Let's put back the energy that I just lost. The 2 energies that... Oh, I only priced 1 then. I had 1 in the discard pile. Oops. Let's go Great Ball. Probably should have Great Ball before I played the Urn, actually. And now we go Research. I need to draw an energy, so that's why I'm not using my ability beforehand. And I do find the Houndour, which is great. I think I'm going to get rid of this Umbreon, draw a couple extra cards. Now I'll power up, and I'll get my KO. And now we're in a decent-ish spot. So I guess, should I go after the Moltres? No. Now let's just Impact Blow. I will do this. And I'm gonna Impact Blow. Maybe I shouldn't have played that, actually. We'll see. My opponent actually doesn't KO me, which is fantastic. Decides to return my Capture Energy. So, yeah, I can't attack with this Urshifu, though. Oh, wait, I can. I absolutely can. I go VMAX and blow up the Moltres. Never mind. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Assuming I don't top deck my other single strike energy, which is in the deck still. That's the only thing that would deter me from just outright winning here. And then I have a couple of urns left. 3 urns left, so replenishing energy will not be a problem. And we should be good. Should be good to go. Can I knock out with Beatdown, actually? 180? Yeah, No, I'm not. I can't. I'm 10 damage short now myself. I am 10 damage short. I could just end up getting Marnied again. It has been 2 back-to-back Marnies, so hopefully less of a chance of that happening. But I'm assuming since that deck is focused on Malamar VMAX, then it wants to utilize 2 or 4 copies of Marnies, and there's the Marnie, yep. Now we see Leafeon, that explains the grass energies. It's a way to accelerate energy, which definitely makes sense. And we're not dead drawing. I'm happy. That's good enough for me, you know? Good enough for me. So what I need now is an energy. I do have 2 single strike energies in my deck, so I'm gonna Marnie first, because if I draw 1, I can just use this to decrease the chances of getting energy. Oh, they choose 2 greening cells. That I definitely don't agree with, but I will happily accept. So, okay, so I'm gonna evolve into Urshifu, and I'm just gonna go bring up Crobat. That seems very simple for me. Bring up Crobat, because then I can just knock that out. No problem. I'll go ahead and Marnie. I do find energies, which is fantastic. And I'm fairly sure this is basically game over. To that, there's no way they can deal upwards of almost 300 damage. Yeah, 290, there's no way. Sure, I'll play that. And through weakness, I just go beat down. And now all I need are 2 prize cards to win the game. If they leave Oranguru in front, no big deal, right? Generally no big deal. It takes me 2 turns to win. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna win against an Urshifu VMAX that's fully powered up to 1KO literally everything. There's no way. I don't believe there's a way for my opponent to make a comeback at this point. They're too far behind. Okay, so my opponent chooses to promote. Quick ball for Malamar. We see a Marnie, but like I don't understand. They're looking for energy switch plus attach, I guess. And then I'll do 180, and then I'll just attack, and it's game over. So don't quite understand why we are still in this game. There's literal checkmate in play. The only way my opponent could beat me is if they decked me out, but I have more cards left, and I have ways to replenish cards as well, potentially. Like if they brought up something and like with the Color Mine I could never retreat, then maybe, but I even have enough energies to retreat. So I don't know. I really don't understand what they were trying to go for. Let's jump into the next game. Alright, we are up against a presumed water deck now, though my opponent could be trying to be sneaky, right? And they're playing something like Inteleon Jolteon, and they're not actually playing a water deck. They're just choosing that water deck box. We have a very similar hand to what we had before with the 3 supporters in hand. Thankfully I didn't start Crobat, I started Houndour. And we're getting at least a mulligan. And this is probably Suicune, which with no Tool Jammer or Tool Scrapper in this deck, I believe is not a good matchup. Because like discarding all the energies from your Urshifu is never a good thing. Okay. So this isn't great. If I want to get an attack off next turn successfully, I need to have more Houndours, right? Because I can power up either of these guys with 2 Houndours, with 2 Houndooms, but I can never power up if I'm not committing the attack. If I have 1 Houndour, then I need the energy to be attached to the V, not the active. So we'll see. The energy gets committed to the active, that's good, because that means we are safe. We're not getting Melanie, like discard energy, Melanie attached, switch, bob the Houndour, so that's good. So Now my question is, do I want to use Houndoom to knock out Sobble? Which is certainly a possibility. It's what I'm inclined to do. I guess I've made up my mind. So I might as well just go ahead and do it. And I'm gonna need a lot of really good cards here, though. So I think I just research here. I don't know what's in my opponent's hand. I'm not happy about getting rid of so many supporters already, but I did need a way to get closer to more Hound Hours for sure. And I'm gonna have to play down the Croat. So get the attachment down and then Croat for 3. Okay, I can still get there. Nope. Alright. Let's get a number in. I mean, I did find another Houndoom, and that's good. If I get rid of this Umbreon, that's my last Umbreon. So I don't think I want to do that quite yet. My opponent cannot Melanie and Boss at the same time. So I'm just gonna go Darkness Fang, take the knockout here. And then my opponent only gets 1 prize card. If I can avoid the Cape of Toughness from my opponent and also attack with the VMAX, then I could potentially be in a good spot. Once again, 3 supporters, right? I play 8 total supporters. I started with 3 in my hand and now I have another 3. So after I Marnie this time, my expectations on finding another supporter, one of my 2 supporters left off of a 30 card deck, are very low. So that is really being annoying. Fan of Waves is also annoying right here, but as long as there's no Cape of Toughness, we can handle this. Okay, no Cape of Toughness, that is good. That is good, Areno. Alright. So, do I want to bench another Umbreon? I guess I do. And we'll go ahead and earn back the energy. Yeah. I really can't afford to whiff a turn, right? This matchups are always like, whoever whiffs will certainly lose. And I exactly whiffed. Exactly, I whiffed. Okay, so I'm gonna play that. And then I'm gonna quick pull away the Urshifu. The issue is I need to bench the Crobat. Okay, actually, no, I can't. I shouldn't have benched that Umbreon. That was silly. Do I really expect my opponent to not be able to Melanie return KO? Obviously, they're going to, right? That fan completely wrecked me. Completely wrecked me. I can't Crobat. I generally cannot Crobat. If I Crobat, I lose the game. So I need any energy. Okay. Right. Okay, so there's hope, at least. Best case scenario, my opponent doesn't Melanie, right? That would be fantastic. But realistically, they are going to Melanie. So best case scenario is actually they don't play Cape of Toughness next turn. And I get something, right? Because now right now my hand is... like I can draw, but all good. Alrighty. Well, there's the Melanie. And the fact that my opponent promoted Drizzle does indicate that they have a Scoop Up Net, right? There it is. So I need my opponent to not go for the Cape of Toughness, which they definitely can, thanks to that Drizzle. However, since they benched the Ice Rider Calyrex, now I have a target, right? Now I have a 2-price target, which is ideal. Now I have a 2 price target for my potential Umbreon VMAX. Yep, there's a cape for the active. So my price cards will have to be KO this Ice Rider next turn and KO Inteleon, Drizzle, whatever afterwards. They go for Incense, not for Path to the Peak. So do they have Path to the Peak already? No, okay. Just Blizzard Rondo straight up. Alright, so this is gonna be quite... With 2 urns down, this is gonna be quite a feat if I manage to pull this off. I guess that actually helps. There's no time for this VMAX. And okay, so it comes down to Crobat putting in the work right here. It literally comes down to Crobat getting me the cards that I need, or a draw supporter, right? I need Incense or Umbreon, and I need another Houndoom. Off of the next 2 cards. That seems fair. 3 cards. Oh wait, my other Crobat is gone. Never mind. I did not get there. Yeah, I did not get there. 4 supporters, 3 down, 4 down. Yeah, did not get there. So there's nothing I can do at this point about this. Everything gets KO'd. Everything gets KO'd. So it comes down to boss's orders, I guess. Comes down to boss's orders. Like, the game's not over yet, but now I need my opponent to majorly whiff. And judging by the size of their hand, I need them to not evolve into the Ice Rider VMAX right now. Well, I guess if they evolve, it's actually fine. Because I just targeted down twice, right? That would be the idea. So with double quick shooting, even my Umbreon VMAX is actually in trouble. Getting KO'd from the Ice Rider VMAX. Okay, put damage on the active instead of benching something else, which I'm not so sure is like a great choice. Puts the damage on the Crobat. Puts the damage on the Crobat. And we see the Tool Scrapper, not that that matters, really. And Blizzard Rondo, okay. So my plan is still basically the same. And it comes down to them having boss now. That next card, just not really useful. No energy. No, oh well, I guess no energy doesn't actually matter. Okay, so if they have boss, they win. If not, they lose. I wish I could have gotten Marnie, right? That would have been nice. To take away their huge hand, but it is what it is. Boss for the win. Otherwise, we go boss for the win. Yeah, you whiff 1 turn, you're out of the game. Any game. Yep, and there's the well played. There's gonna be the boss, or Drizzle into boss. Yep, and it's over. Not much I could do there. The Cape of Toughness makes it really tough. Dude, you've already won. Stop playing cards. You've already won. Stop doing that. Yeah, just play the boss and attack. Why do you do that? Gosh, that really, really irks me. Anyways, on to the next game. Alright, on to the next game with a dead hand. No, not a dead hand. I have the Stadium and I have Crobat, so never mind. We are going second, so that's potentially problematic. All right. Obviously, this means Urshifu is the star of the show. Yes, you, Urshifu, thank you for showing up. We really appreciate you. We really, really do. Sure, I'll bench another Umbreon. I really just don't want to dead draw, right? If this gets KO'd, I can just bench a new one, and that's fine. Double Hander is pretty key, and honestly, with this hand, I don't think I want to Marnie, because I already have double Houndoom. And I have Boss. Do I want a Boss now, actually? I think I do. I'm just gonna boss the Eternatus and be like, hey, I fancy that Eternatus right here. There's a universe where I can knock out the Eternatus with Umbreon as well, in case they don't KO me. So there's the attachment. That means no, at least no Ascension into Weezing. Is it called Ascension? Yeah, Ascension into Weezing, which is good. Very good for me. The ultimate punish here is a Marnie to a dead draw with my 2 Houndooms at the bottom of the deck, right? Hopefully that doesn't happen. I think I might be playing this deck not optimally in terms of like, I might be overbenching. It definitely hurt me in the previous game. So, I don't know. Maybe I just need to not draw as many cards with Crobat and just not bench as many Umbreons. Something like that. I don't know. Lipard, no tool discard, into a 4-card Crobat. But basically, if I get knocked out and then I get return KO, the game is over, right? If I don't get knocked out and I knock out the Eternatus, it's going to be really difficult for my opponent to do anything. So, we do see their research. And we see a Raihan, Energy Search, Hiding Energy. There's a VMAX, so I got to keep my hand. I have ability, so all I need is 1 energy to knock out the Eternatus. That seems fairly doable, right? That seems fairly reasonable to get. And that's assuming the Umbreon goes down, which right now it's not even guaranteed to go down. Let's see, Quick Ball for Moltres, yep. Moltres plus Raihan, which we did see that they're playing. Actually, no, without Raihan is a way they can get a return KO on my Urshifu. And they do find the Quick Ball. Okay, nice. Discarding a basic Pokemon, so that has to be a supporter, right? That absolutely has to be a Research or a Marnie. So very nice, very nice. Alrighty. So we'll promote you. My opponent's not going to be happy with my when I drop my hand. So I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do that, and I'll go ahead and Marnie. I'm not using my abilities because if I draw an energy, then like I don't want to thin energies when what I need are energies. And I in fact did not get energy. So I might lose right here. Please, any energy. No, come on. Dude, any energy, man. Any freaking energy. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable, dude. Literally any energy would have been fine, man. Any energy would have been fine. So dumb. I can't. You should not be losing to the deck, dude, with this one. Alright, so now If they have boss, they win. Now it comes down to that, them having boss to win. Because they'll either knock out Umbreon or knock out Urshifu, and then I'll evolve into the VMAX, take a knockout with beatdown and 3 single strike energies. Hopefully, right? And then I'll go boss and knock. But I mean, it takes me 2 turns. I'll have 2 turns to find boss for the win. Jeez. Can't believe how unlucky I am. I really can't. Right, there's that. No boss yet. No draw either from my opponent yet. So yeah, coughing and just an attack. Okay. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that if they have boss, they win, right? Moltres does the job. So it's that. It's boss, they win. Otherwise, it's over. Top decked a card. So do they have the boss? They lost 1. They probably played 4 though. Sure. Why not? Get an Umbreon for potential gusts in case I get more need. And then beatdown does 320, right? So that is enough to knock out. 2 turns for them to find boss. Best case scenario, they discard the Moltres. Oh my god, they did it. They did. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's why I'm going to win the game now, but I should not have been in this situation. Dude, 1 energy. I needed 1 energy. Couldn't get 1 on turn 1, couldn't get 1 on turn 2. Like, 1 energy. I needed 1. Any energy. Alright. I mean, they could go boss to stall, right? That is actually a possibility. I do have my own boss. That wouldn't be good enough, however. Because I would have abilities, but that's not enough to retreat. I only have 1 energy. So that could be a problem. Oh boy. We'll see. Triple Wheezing in play now. I mean, now there isn't a threat, right? So... no, still, I'm in trouble. So if they go boss, for example on the Umbreon or the Urshifu, I would need to use the single strike and then thin the deck and then hope to get a capture energy off of the Tower of Darkness. Because I would need to play boss. To take Alarm Mine, so indicating more and more the boss play. Or reinforcing the boss play. But we just see our right hand, okay. I mean, I don't mind being poisoned, obviously. If I go boss, KO the alternatives, that should be game. I actually wouldn't go boss though, I would go Umbreon. Oh, I can't go Umbreon, never mind. I can't go Umbreon. I don't know. They really messed up though, for sure. They really messed up. That other card should be Quick Pull for Crobat, so that they replenish their hand. Unless the other 2 cards are like perfect, but I don't know. Okay. Alrighty, so boss, because I can't Umbreon. It is gonna be quite annoying if they go boss. It is going to be very annoying if they just go boss, but it is what it is. I hope I'm not missing something and I just get surprise KO'd by something. I really hope so. All right. So we won on my opponent's mistake. They were going to win on my energy whiff. Does that even out? I don't know. What my opponent did is definitely a common mistake, especially online. Like, that wouldn't happen in real life, right? Or I guess it would be much easier to let your opponent, like, you would understand that they're promoting and then discarding, which is not the right procedure, but it's still like, you'd have to be like a really awful rule shark if you didn't let that go through. But anyways, we're online, they misclicked, it happens, I've done it, my opponents have done it. And we needed 1 energy to basically win the game. We didn't get there. And that's it. Yeah, Single Strike, very good deck. It's just, it can be kind of clunky at times, but I do like the deck overall. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.